All right, let's start with the basics here. What exactly is cloud seeding? It's not a conspiracy, and according to the Government Accountability Office, cloud seeding is, quote, an 80-year-old technology that adds tiny particles, usually silver iodide crystals, to clouds that trigger rain or snow. The federal government actually holds over 400 patents in various weather-altering technology like this. Keyword here is usually they have those chemicals in, though. You see what else is used in cloud seeding programs? Potassium chloride. You know what else potassium chloride is used for? As the final drug in the traditional 3-drug lethal injection protocol for the death penalty. Now, look, sure, okay, studies mostly funded by the same people spraying it in the air indicate that this level is, not poisonous to humans as far as they know. But then again, we used to use lead pipes and that was fine. But what gives the government the right to control what I'm breathing in? How can you fly over my property spraying a bunch of random chemicals without my consent? 9 states, including California, Colorado, Idaho, Nevada, New Mexico, North Dakota, Texas, Utah, Wyoming, currently have active cloud seeding programs. However, right now in North Dakota, Republican State Senator Todd Beard introduced a bill that will do away with weather modification and penalize those who practice it. Keep in mind, North Dakota has a hail suppression program that's been running since 1960. All this might have started in the U.S., but it's also on the world stage. UAE, where they now are offering $1.5 million grants for those ready to, quote, push the boundaries on rain science. Why are we messing with weather? Kay Smythe, campaign and content manager for Million Voices, and Benj Irby, political commentator. All right, Kay, you actually have a background in climatology and environmental studies. What are we doing with the weather?
There are so many different avenues I want to take with this discussion. I think you bring up one of the first most important ones. What is actually being pumped into our skies and what are we breathing in? Every single one of us deserves to know that, too. We've had captured institutions, not just here in this country, all over the world, whether it's within sort of traditional academic science or even like the private sector sort of research science, governmental science. All of those have been captured, so quite frankly, I don't trust it. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't trusted the science for quite a while. Basically, since I got my degree in climate change, where I was told in my last ever lecture with my professor that there was absolutely nothing that we could do about climate change. Interesting key point, the sort of timing on when climate change started to become the sort of panic thing really actually lines up with when we started studying cloud seeding in a more meaningful way. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised, Carl, if climate change is just the scapegoat lie that we've been told by the left to cover up whatever damage we've actually done to the global climate, doing crazy stuff like this. Yeah, well, this is insane to me.
If you're throwing the same chemical that's used in the death penalty over my property, and you at least should notify me, right? The government denied this was happening at the same times they were applying for permits.
You'd think it's another case of the conspiracy theory being the coming attractions once again. I don't like this. I don't think anybody should like this. This is bad. We're putting chemicals in the air. Usually the Wokies, the climate people will say that putting chemicals in the air is bad. So I don't understand why we haven't stopped this, but there's nothing good about it.
Well, yeah, they used to be like, a bunch of hippies that were all about not having that stuff, and now they're apparently for it. All right, so, Kay, a bill in Washington State House of Representatives is looking to remove the image of George Washington from the state flag. Now, Washington, conveniently named, is the only state to be named after the president, George Washington, or any state for that matter. Kind of makes me think when Trump said this.
Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Are we going to take down, are we going to take down statues to George Washington?
And the left said, oh, no, we're never going to take that down, Kay.
Yeah, no, this is just another embarrassing example of people trying to rewrite America's history, again, in the sort of wrong direction. Surely the lawmakers in the state, surely there are more important things going on than studying this. Also, why is it me, an immigrant, who's sitting here? I'm not even technically a immigrant. I'm a legal resident alien, and I'm the one sitting here telling American citizens how absurd this is. Surely everyone just needs to write their lawmakers and tell them how much they don't want this. It's that simple to me.
It's that simple. Actually, you can do that at your Million Voices platform. All right, so famous plug there. All right, so Benji, Benj now. I got to go Benj. All right, so this is insane. Listen to what was just admitted by an Arizona state Democrat leader. Roll this.
You want non-citizens to be counted in terms of determining the representation for elected officials here at the Capitol, and by extension, I assume the U.S. Capitol as well. Is that incorrect?
Mr. Chair, I mean, it is absolutely correct. That is, in fact, the current interpretation of that clause in the Constitution that talks about counting the people in the United States. That is the job of the U.S. Census.
So they just admitted that importing all these people illegally was to change the census.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked by that at all. We should not be shocked by
But they
any
never
of this.
said it before.
I mean, we shouldn't be shocked by any of this. We should know illegal is the new black. As I've said on my social media, Benj Irby this week, I mean, we are talking about they're not just doing voting, they're giving them reparations, they're giving them all types of things they promised the black people of this country. And now it's like, let's give it to illegals. Let's look at Brandon Johnson in Chicago. He's willing to stand in front of a tank to stop, Trump from coming in and taking out his illegals. So, I mean, these are who they value. The illegals are who they love. Illegal is the new black. This is their new constituency. They are balls to the wall for the illegals. Not shocked at all.
I mean, it's shocking to me, though, that she just said the quiet out part. All right, so, Kay, this is ridiculous, real quick. Libs at TikTok reached out to a school teacher. That school teacher basically went on a tirade, freaking out, calling them like sexist, racist, homophobic, all these things. But these aren't the people teaching our kids.
No, it's absolutely absurd and disgusting. I haven't seen this. Okay, here we go. I'm totally fine with white supremacist, racist, xenophobic, anti-Christian. That is just like the hatred, the normalized hatred. So someone like this, absolutely not okay, should not be going anywhere near anyone's children.
Right.
I mean, I work with a woman who runs a pretty successful TikTok platform, the Backroad Babe, and the hatred, the visceral hatred that she gets sent is disgusting.
It's so bad, and the fact that they're teaching our kids is even worse. Kay Smythe, Benj Irby, appreciate you coming in.
Thanks.
All right, coming up, a recent court filing could mean some radical changes for Fox News. Be good for us.